Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a terrific night for football as EA Sports takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in the capital city of Denver, Colorado. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
On first down, Flacco got an open man. It's Fumagalli. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. This offensive unit today, they're going to need Dez.
A full combo plate. Size, speed, toughness, not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Here we go.
First carry for Royce Freeman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama, and he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Flacco from the gun. He completes this to Sutton. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so that things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
Come on.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They go pass again with Flacco. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Bootleg, Flacco. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Garoppolo, and he fires one incomplete. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
And Ndamukong Suh was an all-pro when he was with the Detroit Lions in 2013, 2014. Many people think that maybe he might either be slowing down or not playing at the same level. My eyes tell me he's still playing at an elite level, still destroying the interior of an offense, can get to the quarterback, crush a run game, you name it. Ndamukong Suh can do it. And how about how durable he is? Hasn't missed a game since 2011.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Flacco. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Flacco now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced a field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
11. Hey, exit.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Finds Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
65.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Mike, here we go.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Hey, alert.
2nd down, McKinnon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. A dump down to McKinnon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, But that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players. So you never know. 4th-round pick has a chance to be a really good player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
18 yards, 1st down Niners.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Garoppolo on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them. It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Emmanuel Sanders there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone. So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. He's played a pretty clean 1st half, a touchdown, no interceptions. Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot. A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 9, Flacco, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it. Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it? It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. A 2nd quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. The Sanders has got it, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And this one complete to Smith. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you've got the second half to play.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Denver getting set to take the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Most teams in the league hitting the three-quarter pole in the preseason. The whole league will be in action next Thursday night to wrap it all up. And then we start for real a week after that with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive, something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Here we go,
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
12 pounds, here we go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. But now it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. And none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
White.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Hey, gun.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Here we go. Black 80!
Switch up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo, complete. Smith has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo, flush to his right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
11.
Now a handoff looking right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Flacco leaves to Lindsey on the draw. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll run it here. This is James White. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Let's go, fellas.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses.
Here we go.
It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 36 yards on the play.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Check 24, check 24.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And boy, that hole closed quickly, and I don't think McKinnon got there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Check three.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. James White, 68 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Well, they had done a really nice job on him through 3 quarters. Plus, but you just had that feeling eventually he was going to get loose.
And this is why coaches always preach that it's a 4-quarter game, right? It gets trite for us. It gets trite for the fans. This is exactly what they're talking about. What you did before was terrific, but will it stand up if you start giving up big plays as we saw there?
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that would help him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Beathard. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Look at me, zipper.
They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Beathard. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, Tom.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke goes underneath here to White. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The kick by Bryant is good. And they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Going on the ground, it's White. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's complete. James White. And a fast footwork by White. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Block off of play action. Making the catch, it's Winfrey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it second and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Second down and goal. Lock toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, but now it's third and goal. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third down, a run from White. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. James White ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Bryant's extra point up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length, and in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
So now the Niners down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up first and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
22.
Get it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Ready, set.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
I got you.
Big grip.
Beathard. Will be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. DeMarcus Walker in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Here's Beathard to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Ready.
First down, here's White. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second. Timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Number 53, Mike 53. Watch 21.
On third down, right, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
General West.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught at the 20. 39 yards there, a big one. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.